pundits jumped all over this statement that you made the other day. You were asked when you were leaving.
What extent are American financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. I don't think about American financial situation.
That's right. That's a perfect statement. I'd make it again.
You can imagine how many people stop the soundbite I don't think about America's financial situation. So what's your response to that framework?
It's very simple. When people hear me say it, everybody agrees.
Black people who voted for Donald Trump are a disgrace. Black people that campaign for Donald Trump are a disgrace. And in this video, I want to talk about these blacks for Trump and where they're at now. We don't see these blacks for Trumps on Twitter or TikTok. Well, you might catch them on Twitter because, you know, the Nazi channels, they create all kinds of stuff when it comes for blacks for Trump when the people aren't even black. You know, during Trump's campaigning in 2024, he had the Pootie Tang looking dude himself in Blacks for Trump. And you had these other people, black people, who were throwing their hats out for Trump. Where are they at now? That's my question to individuals, black people who campaigned for Donald Trump, who went out there and posted things on TikTok about blacks for Trump. Where are they at now? Because we don't see them out here in the streets. We don't see them on the platforms talking about blacks for Trump now, when we have the highest unemployment rate in regards to any other demographic race in the United States. We have hundreds of thousands of black women and black men losing their jobs left and right since Donald Trump got into the office. What policies did Donald Trump have that was going to benefit and help the black Americans here in the United States? The only thing that I can say is that Donald Trump has been so divisive and he's been so destructive for the black communities that black people aren't even coming out to support Donald Trump because they know, for an example, they know that they will be shunned within the black community because Donald Trump has not done anything for the black community nor for the people here in America. So I want to know myself, where are the blacks for Trump?
The change that I was expecting from the president himself, I don't feel in my everyday life, which is concerning to me. I still feel, obviously, that, you know, prices are very, very, very high. You know, if you're going to the grocery store or just in general, because inflation still exists. Unfortunately, now we have the higher gas prices, which really hurt, you know, everyday people in their pocket. And I've voted my entire life. And the frustration right now is, it's just unbelievable because what really changes? I just feel like that we're kind of, kind of steering the ship in the same direction.
But a lot of us as African Americans don't understand that we need to vote for Trump. We keep the narrative that he's a racist is a false narrative. We know it's a false narrative. It's a push. He wasn't called a racist until he started running for office. Before then, he was hanging out with every rapper, in the city. So how can he be a racist up until one point, and then all of a sudden he's a racist all of a sudden? But his policies, we need to not vote for personality. We need to vote for policy. His policies are for everybody, and he's done so many things for African Americans. The Second Chance Act, low unemployment rate, and he's given to historic black colleges. So we need to keep those policies and push forward with his policies and keep that momentum and not vote different when it comes up. The Democrats have nothing for us but death on their platform, and most of their platforms do nothing but destroy the African American community. We know that. We say we want to change, but we're afraid to make the change because of his personality. I get it. A lot of people don't like him, but like his policies, and you cannot lose those policies as African Americans. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, you're wrong for supporting him and everything like that." No, I'm not wrong for supporting him. We need to keep those policies, and we need to keep that momentum in the African American community moving forward.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it.
We're back with a Fox News alert. Moments ago, brand new job numbers revealed. The U.S. economy lost 92,000 jobs in February, a steep drop from expectations. Unemployment also ticked up slightly to 4.4%.
This man here was talking about Donald Trump's policies. What policies have Donald Trump put into place that help black Americans as well as every American in the United States? The last time I checked, unemployment rate has skyrocketed unemployment rate for Black Americans have skyrocketed higher, 2 times higher than any other race when it comes to Black Americans and the policies that Donald Trump is going to put into place. Here we have a Black man with next to a white woman who, hey, she's got a MAGA hat on. We already know she's racist. We already know that he's just a useful tool, just like he is right there, talking about, oh, we policies and, Democrats haven't done anything for the Black Americans. And like I say over and over on my channel, over and over and over and over again, Black Americans have benefited better under Democratic rule in comparison to in comparison to the Republican Party. As we have with Donald Trump, who has not done anything for the Black community, is taking away resources from the Black community, taking away education in the Black community, just like these racist Republicans who are governors in racist states who are diverting public school education to private schools, where the private school sector kids their family already has the money. You see, the thing that I recognized in my time of living is that anytime that a Republican has been in office, anytime that there is a Republican president in office, we have war, we have unemployment, we have inflation, and then we have a Democrat that has to go back in and clean it up.
Trump out here. Blacks for Trump out here. We twins. They say we twins. You heard me. A lot of people think he's me, and they also think I'm him. Yeah, y'all always see one of us sitting behind Trump. We sat behind him a couple times together, but y'all always have me or him back there. Y'all always. It is. It's two of us. Two. I know it look like one, but it's two. Two. Let's go. Trump 2028, baby. The real Blacks for Trump right here, y'all. The original. Let's go.
These two dudes repping blacks for Trump. I haven't seen any videos in 2026 with these clowns talking about blacks for Trump. Now, I know you hear Pootie Tang and the dude, both of these dudes probably didn't even vote at all. They were just a mouthpiece for white supremacy, useful tools for white supremacy. Both of these fools probably didn't even vote. And tell me this, don't this dude look like Pootie Tang? Yeah, this dude look like Pootie Tang over here talking about blacks for Trump. We don't see them going to Donald Trump's rallies like he did in Ohio, sitting behind him with the blacks for Trump poster, because Black people are disgusted with Donald Trump since he became president, the 47th president in 2025, and unemployment started to shoot up for Black Americans. These two individuals are a disgrace, and Black people need to realize that we don't need to be listening to entertainers like Nelly, or, we don't need to support them. We don't need to give them our money, because a lot of these rappers, singers, musicians, whatever they are, actors, actresses, whatever, we don't have to give them our money, because the Black community has always been the number one for a rapper like Rick Ross, or for Nelly, or even a Snoop Dogg, or a Kanye West. All these individuals, these Black mouthpieces that already have the money, who say that they support Donald Trump like a Lil Wayne, they don't have to worry about the Black struggle when it comes to the middle and lower class, or Black parents who are trying to take care of their children, but they have a fixed income and it's hard for their children to eat because the schools aren't providing food for any of the children at the schools, because we have Republicans who don't want to feed the kids. These individuals don't need to have our money. These individuals do not have to, we don't have to give these people our money. And that's why I don't support them. Anybody who is Black, anybody who is Latino, anybody who is white, Asian, whatever, that voted for Donald Trump or still campaign for Donald Trump, the Epstein class, the billionaire and millionaire class, I'm not going to support. I'm no longer going to give them my money. I'm no longer going to listen to their music. I'm no longer going to watch movies that they play in, because they are a disgrace to the Black community. When it's the Black people, my people, who have always stood up for everybody's rights, everybody's equality, men, women, LGBTQIA community, whether you're atheist or you're Christian, we always try to stand up for everybody's rights besides our own. And we already know that when Black people stand up for people's rights, everybody benefits from it. That's the progressive movement when it comes to black people. But here we go with Donald Trump and his terrible, fascist, corrupt, racist administration who are taking away black rights with the Civil Rights Act, the voting rights, affirmative action, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
To Basil's point, they put it in writing, right? You were the one who studied Project 2025. Isn't all that's happening more about us as a country than it is about Donald Trump? America knew what it was voting for, and look what they got.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Trump has exploited the moral rot at the center of the American psyche for decades, you know, especially over the last decade as he walked in here. He's pulled out and appealed to the lower impulses of everyday Americans. He's now, as we see with his push on gerrymandering and the way he's attacked DEI, a.k.a. fundamental civil rights, he's been probably the most anti-black, openly anti-black president in modern history, frankly.
Black people are useful tools to white supremacy. And I will be damned if myself and my family are useful tools for white supremacy. I have morals. I have a higher standard, not only for myself and my family, I have a higher standard for my community because I understand and know the struggles that black people have gone through since chattel slavery, since the transatlantic slave. I know about the sharecroppers and how we were treated and my ancestors were treated back during slavery time frame. Where we were able to make money, we weren't able to make money, we were able to make bread. That's basically what we were able to make with sharecroppers. We would get fed and going to work in the fields, we would get fed. That was it. But other than that, when it came to slavery and how my ancestors were treated, I will never take a knee to white supremacy. My passion is for everybody in the United States, everybody in the world. We have a white supremacist administration who does what? They want to steal, kill, and destroy. And they're taking America down with them. You know, this last video is of grandma who was up, you know, and all the black folks there, you know, like I said, they're a disgrace. All these individuals that have campaigned or still support Donald Trump are a disgrace to humankind. Let grandma say this here, because I'm pretty sure right now she does not support Donald Trump because, again, she was just a mouthpiece. Post your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. But yeah. I didn't vote for this. We're in this mess because of ignorance, stupidity. We're in this mess because of racism. And it's going to take a Democrat to get us out of here. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I appreciate all my subscribers. Become a member. Become a channel member. You know, hey, we're making a movement here. But like I said, take care of yourself. Listen to grandma's nonsense here. Peace and love.
I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be stand up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off of him. And Grandma said it.
Pundits
The people get it.
jumped all over this
people
statement
get it,
that you made the other day. You were asked when you were leaving.
What extent are American financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. I don't think about American financial situation.
That's right. That's a perfect statement. I make it again.
But you can imagine how many people stop the soundbite at, I don't think about America's financial situation. So what's your response to that framework?
It's very simple. When people hear me say it, everybody agrees.